Hello everyone, welcome to the Captain's Viewer-Blog. We are Friday, January the 27th, 2017, and at long last it has stopped raining. Yeah, it started raining yesterday around noon actually, so the rain fell for just about 24 hours. Yeah, and the thing is, when it started raining, it was really sudden. Like it has been cloudy all of the morning. Yeah, and even after recording the video blog, that was just before noon. It was still pretty cloudy, and at one point I was on the computer, reading something on Twitter, maybe some stories about the second round of the primaries, which is, I mean, it's not really to explain why you should vote for one or another of the candidates. It really was something linking Benoit Hammon's run to, for example, Montebourg's run in the 2011 primaries, and other new currents of the left in Europe that resonate more with the people who have a diploma, because those are people, when they are on the with a more leftist you know way of thinking. They are the kind of people who are in some deep shit currently, because sometimes you think there is no such thing as being too qualified for a job, but the reality is something else entirely. Yeah, and it's not as bad as in the US, where you can, just pay all your life for repay your student loan your whole life. Here in France, you might repay it if you've got the job that's according to your qualifications, to your diplomas. You might be able to repay that before you turn 30, maybe. If you do a thesis, a PhD, that might take a little more time because it's all on your own money. Woo! I remember when one of the students that were doing their PhD, they have to do an internship as a professor in university, and we had one of them as a professor in my last year of the BA, and she was like, yeah. So here they might refuse a thesis that might be something great, but won't have sponsors because it's 3 years, and you don't have scholarships or anything like that. You gotta find really sponsors. Sometimes it's a bank, maybe it's a company. We have this system called EVRA, I think, where you do your PhD, but when you're working. So that's more aimed at people who are around 40, 50 years old, maybe with a well-established job, like the director of the new water agency of Montpellier was doing a PhD with that system. So yeah, I was reading all that kind of stories, and just it wasn't training when I started reading those, and it took me maybe 5 minutes. Suddenly I turned my head because I hear some noises. I hear the dogs growling, and it's raining like profusely. There is a lot of wind, and I'm like, when the fuck did that start? And it really never stopped. Until noon today. Though to be fair, I wasn't awake in between 6 p.m. and midnight, and before that, we were a little bit in the eye of the hurricane of the. That's in French. We say that to sometimes to mean that it's the most difficult part, when really it's the easiest part of the storm. Like it's when it's actually stopping for a bit. It's the part before being in the eye that's really difficult. We call that the wall, because it gets really tough, and then suddenly nothing for half an hour, and then suddenly bam bam back to the wall, and then just storm as usual. Haha. So yeah, it calmed down for a bit, and then it started again with now thunderstorm. Ha! Great. I just can't help but think that if it had been like maybe 2012 or yeah 2010, it would have been a good old snowstorm. Yeah, global warming and all that. So I slept between 6 and midnight, which was really unfortunate because between 8:45 and I would say 10:30 in the in the PM, great. There was the match between Marseille and Montpellier, and I woke up and I was just lost because I was in my bedroom, I was in my bed, I was very conscious of that, but there was a spot right in front of me that was a bit a bit more a bit less dark than the rest, and I was like, wait, this is way too wide to be the window of my room, and I am 100% sure that I'm not in the living room. So what the fuck is that? I felt around me to see if I was really in my bed. Sometimes I wake up and I don't remember what I do, so that might have happened. Just stepping out of my bed, going in the living room, and suddenly falling asleep again. It's a bit complicated, yeah, a bit tough bit of a tough sell, but who cares? So yeah. It was actually that the door of my bedroom was open, and there was still the light from the TV reverberating through various parts of the I don't remember. Yeah. So that part of the house. What the fuck is it? Jesus Christ. I should have slept for a bit. So I woke up. I decided to just get down, and I thought that I was basically fucked. That there wouldn't be a replay of the match for a while, of Marseille versus Montpellier. So I watched the result, and Marseille won 5-1, and I was like really happy. And they showed who had scored goals. It was three, a hat trick by Gomis, and I was like, what the fuck happened? At one point I just put on the channel where it originally aired, and suddenly I checked what's coming up, and I saw that literally 10 minutes away from that point, 10 minutes later from the hour it was, there was going to be a replay of the match. So I was like, I guess I'm really in luck. And what a match it was indeed. The only moment where I was like, this is really bad, was 30 minutes during the second half, the 31st minutes actually, so between the 45th and the 75th minute. Yeah, that was, against a stronger team than Montpellier. It could have ended up with a lot of goals being scored, but it was Montpellier and they only scored one, and I gotta give it to Riyad Boudebouz. He is just an artist. That free kick was just amazing. Like, if there's only one reason to keep Montpellier in Ligue 1, it's to not have Boudebouz waste all of that talent in Ligue 2, or to have him being transferred to another club where he would be just another striker, I guess. Yeah, he really, it's been a tough blow to Montpellier to take them Morgan Sanson, especially that when he entered, who did he replace? Who was he subbed in for? I don't remember. Oh yeah, Lopez. The first thing he did was just this wonderful pass to Thauvin or Cabella, who Cabella, just his finest performance under the Marseille jersey since he arrived, bar none. Yeah, the match against Toulouse, he scored 2 goals, sure, but what a shitty match he had. Yesterday against Montpellier, he had 2 assists. Yeah, the last time he had 2 assists during a match was against with Lyon, with Montpellier against Lyon. So yeah, that was when he was really good. Like at the doors of the French national team. That was his finest moment in his period. And yeah, he's, I still think that he's a great player, but he needs to, to really have a coach that will just be here to be a little bit strict. No more clubbing before a match or after a match. Yeah, just being all work. He can listen to Jules if he wants. I'm not going to be like the people of the ultras. Yeah, he can listen whatever music he wants. He can do the Jules sign if he wants when he scores, if he even scores again. The only thing that we ask from him is to do that kind of stuff on the regular. And yeah, Tauvin's been great. Zambo Anguissa is just amazing. Like, I'm a bit saddened by the fact that Marseille wants to recruit Sertic or Sertic. Yeah, I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce that, because first off, he said stuff that was more pro Paris and really anti Marseille before a match against Marseille. He plays in Bordeaux, so that doesn't help too. And really, he could, at whatever position he might be hired to play, he will definitely hinder I don't know, the progression of a young player, be it Zambo, be it Lopez or Camara. Like, I don't really like it. Fucking Rolando had a goal. Yeah, Thauvin scored on a penalty kick, so that was pretty fun too. Yeah, overall, just a really good performance, and something that will certainly make the Velodrome be full this Tuesday for the cup match against Lyon. Or if it's not full, at least it will be better than yesterday, because only 28,000 people. Yeah, that's not great. I wanted to go at the match, but it's in Marseille. It's a Tuesday night. Yeah, that's not great. And especially after 2 days of watching wrestling, and it might be emotionally draining, especially the Royal Rumble match. This year is probably the most unpredictable the Royal Rumble has been in years, and I know that every single channel, every single person who talks about wrestling says that, but it really is. Like, anyone could take it. It could be one of the old guys, it could be fucking Chris Jericho, might as well be someone on the SmackDown roster, yeah, so that's just this thing that could be great. And NXT TakeOver San Antonio tonight could be great. Besides that, I don't know, not much more to say, I think. Yeah, I have to do the cleanup because there's definitely not enough anime on my SD card for me to do a 20-25 minute video blog about TakeOver San Antonio. So yeah. At any rate, this is the end of the video blog. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.